Hello and welcome back to the channel. Hopefully I can earn your subscription today. We're going over some commands that are helpful with troubleshooting, whether you have IT asking you for certain information about your computer or you're trying to find it out to troubleshoot some sort of issue. All of these are useful for that type of stuff. So the first command that we're looking at is that sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade and then dash y or tac y. This comes in handy. It's the same thing with Windows computers. If you're having issues with packages or software or just the computer in general, an update and a reboot can fix so many things. It's hard to explain why it works, but if there's something like a hung process, software is messing up, something going on with the operating system, a lot of times rebooting is just the best way to go. So we'll go ahead and try and copy and paste this without me looking too slow. Control V, Control Shift V. Okay, so I made a mistake there. Control C to copy out of notes. Control Shift V, paste into terminal. So this is going to run updates. The update is going to update all of your repositories. We'll scroll back up and look at it. The upgrade is going to upgrade any packages that have upgrades available in the repository. Like I said before, the dash Y just means it's going to do it without asking permission. And you may see something like this now. This is kind of new to Ubuntu. They do rolling updates or phasing updates. These are all packages that have an update available, but they're not going to add them yet because they're trying to release them in order. They do that to avoid software stepping on other software or libraries updating a little bit too early before they've been able to test all of them. Anyway, that doesn't matter. So we have updated our computer. I'm going to type clear. If you're having issues with the computer, before you even send a message to IT or reach out to them, go ahead and just type reboot and hit enter. We're not going to do that because I'm not going to wait for it to come back up for this video. But it's always a good habit to be in is if your computer's been on for too long or after you install updates or you're having issues, just reboot the computer. So the next one is host name. On Microsoft, this is more important, but depending on how you have your computer set up, my host name or the name of my computer is actually right here in the terminal. So you can just open up the terminal. It'll tell you what computer you're in. If you are SSH'd, and this is for more advanced users, you probably already know this if you're using SSH. But if you're SSH'd into another computer in your terminal, it's not going to show your host name here. And you can just type host name and it'll show you the computer that you're logged into. We'll clear again, host name, tac or dash I, and I'm using a jet KVM to record this. Sometimes it does not like the dash button, so I'll go ahead and refresh the screen. This computer is here at my home. It's just across my office, and I didn't feel like plugging it into a capture card. So you may see me refresh this a few times. Hopefully jet KVM gets that fixed. But if we run hostname tac capital I, and capitalization is important in Linux and Ubuntu, so keep that in mind. This will show us our IP address on our Ethernet or wireless network interface cards. This is important for IT, especially if they ask for the MAC address of your computer, you can actually run IPA. And look at that, I've made it mad again. Hopefully this doesn't happen too many times. I've had to re-record this specific video like 4 times. So we'll do IPA, hit enter. This will show you the loopback interface, and then it'll also show you this number 2 right here is either your wired or wireless network interface card. And if you're looking for your IP address, it shows here, just like with the other command. You can see it in here as well, but it also shows you your MAC address right here. Not a lot of people are going to get asked for a MAC address, so I wasn't going to include it in this video. And CLS is a Windows command, so let's type clear. Okay, so the next one is free -H. Oh, and it really does not like the dash. Eventually it will catch up with me but I need to talk to the developers and see if they know why that's happening. We're actually going to stretch this terminal out a little bit so you can kind of see it all in line here. So this is going to tell you how much RAM is installed on your computer and how much you're using. This says 15 gigabytes. I have two 8 gigabyte sticks installed on my computer, so it should actually say 16, but it's like 15.8. There's some sort of rounding that happens. But it'll also show you how much used memory you have. This can come in handy to know um, if you're overusing your memory. That's one thing that can slow your computer down, prevent software and processes from running correctly. So it's just good to know how to find this. And then I'm going to clear the screen one more time. And one thing that I have emphasized to the people that I do IT for is if I ask you to reboot the computer, that means actually reboot the computer. In Linux, it's easy. Like I said, you just type reboot just like that and hit enter. It might ask you for a password depending on how your system's set up, but that would just be your login password. I can't tell you how many times, though, people have told me they've rebooted the system and all they did is log out and log back in. In Linux, that's fantastic. If you make changes to like the user account, that will reload all of those things when you log back in. But as far as the computer goes and the operating system goes, a lot of times you need to reboot the computer. The way that I check to see if other people have done it, and the way that you can check if your IT person, or if you're wondering at home, asks you how long your computer's been running, you can just type uptime. And it'll tell you it's tattling on me. I haven't rebooted this in more than 7 days. I just applied updates, so I probably should reboot, but it didn't request a reboot. It'll also tell you how many users are logged in. And then this is the load average for your CPU. This is another thing that could be handy for an IT person to know. It's out of 1. And these are averages, I think, or it's like high, low, and median average. I can't remember exactly what they all stand for, but if these approach 1, or if you have an overclockable CPU, if they exceed 1, you should know that your CPU is running pretty heavy and your computer's either overutilized, it's not strong enough to run what you're running, or you may have an issue with the operating system or some of the software that it's just eating up all of your resources. If you're at home and you're running a Linux computer, congratulations. I'm proud of you. If you're brand new to it, stick with it. Don't be afraid to run stuff in the terminal here. If you're at work, hopefully this helped out and your IT people are a little bit happier with you so you can find some more information about your computer. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any ideas for a video or questions that you need answered, just go ahead and leave it in the comments and I will try to make a video on it. Thanks for stopping in.